Hello, I'm Raider Pilot Steve, and this is my review of the Shuttleworth Race Day Airshow 2025, which is also the last show of the season. This show revolved around racing heritage in the air and on the ground, as well as the sub-theme of the 75th anniversary of the Daily Express South Coast Air Race, which took place at Herne Bay in 1950. This was represented by a few aircraft that would appear in the show. A unique aspect of this particular show was the racetrack that goes along the runway and around the showground where historic cars and motorbikes race prior to the flying display, a must-see for any motoring enthusiast. The weather played havoc leading up to the show and prevented a lot of the visiting aircraft from appearing, as well as stopping the more delicate aircraft from flying at all. The conditions on the day were blustery and cloudy, but with blue skies appearing throughout the day. There was some aircraft undergoing maintenance and repairs in the engineering hangars when I visited the show, including Andrew Wood's de Havilland DH-60G Gypsy Moth, Philip Meeson's de Havilland DH-89A Dragon Rapide, Shipping and Airlines' Miles M3A Falcon Major, and the Shuttleworth Collection's Percival E2H Mew Gull. There was a small number of aircraft on static display, including Steve Jones's de Havilland DH-71 Tiger Moth replica, which was kept in one of the museum hangars as the wind was far too strong for it to display. A few other visiting aircraft also managed to attend the show, including an Auster J1N Alpha, Tim Williams's de Havilland DH-80A Puss Moth, which actually took part in the Daily Express South Coast Air Race back in 1950, and a Pitts S2A Special, which was formerly part of the now defunct Breitling Angels display team which displayed all over the world. Several Old Warden based aircraft that were parked up on the main flight line remained grounded due to the conditions, including the Avro Anson 19, the de Havilland DH-60 Cirrus Moth, the de Havilland DH-60X Hermes Moth, the Gloucester Gladiator Mark I, the Miles M14A Magister 1, and the Southern Martlet. The show was opened by a small air race consisting of an unlikely trio of aircraft from the Shuttleworth collection. These were the Polikarpov PO2, the Blackburn B2 and the Parnell Elf, which went on to fly several laps of the airspace after a staggered takeoff. Interestingly, it was the PO2, the slowest of the three, that would end up winning the air race. Formula One air racing was represented next, with the arrival of a Cassett Racer 3M and a Monet Sorenai 1. This pair of racers flew a single formation flypast before performing their own solo routines. Stepping away from the air racing for a moment was a solo display by the Shuttleworth Collection's Westland Lysander Mark IIIA, a highly manoeuvrable aircraft that was used to collect and drop off agents in occupied Europe during the Second World War. Up next was the Navy Wing's Heritage Flight CCF T6H Harvard Mark IV, which put on a very entertaining aerobatic routine. This aircraft connects to the racing theme as the T6s have their own class of event at the National Championship Air Races, formerly the Reno Air Races. The Shuttleworth collection took centre stage again with the pairing of the DeSauter Mark I and the de Havilland DH-82A Tiger Moth II, which flew a series of gentle loose formation circuits. More aerobatics came courtesy of the Old Warden based but seldom seen Pitt duo, which fly a Pitts S1S Special and a Pitts S2AE Special. The team performed an exciting display that consisted of formation and solo aerobatic manoeuvres. A different form of aerobatic display was performed by the Shuttleworth Collection's Percival P56 Provost T1, which was briefly joined by the de Havilland Canada Chipmunk T10 before it landed due to the wind conditions. Modern air racing was showcased by the Global Stars aerobatic team, which consisted of an extra EA330SC, flown by Mark Jeffries, and a Zivco Edge 540 in the hands of Chris Burkett. Both these aircraft types have deep connections to the Red Bull air races and put on a series of formations, unlimited aerobatics, and was concluded by a pair of slalom passes around some pyrotechnics, which played the part of some pylons to simulate air racing manoeuvres. We returned back to the theme of the 75th anniversary of the Daily Express South Coast Air Race, with a pair of aircraft that took part in the event in 1950. These were the Compa CLA-7 Swift and Miles M2L Hawkspeed 6 from the Shuttleworth collection. The two monoplane racers performed a series of formation passes before concluding with a solo display by the Hawkspeed 6. The next display paid tribute to multiple racing endeavours such as the McRobertson Air Race in 1934 and the Schneider Trophy Air Races. This was done by a unique formation which saw the Shuttleworth collections de Havilland DH-88 Comet Grosvenor House and Supermarine Spitfire LF5C being joined by the aircraft restoration company Supermarine Spitfire PR-11. The trio flew in formation for 2 passes before splitting at crowd centre and performing consecutive solo displays. The show and the 2025 season was closed by the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight, which brought their Avro Lancaster B1 and a pair of Supermarine Spitfires. The 3 iconic warbirds put on an evocative performance, which concluded with the Lancaster departing overhead. The Spitfires featured was the PR-19, which now wears its original markings, and the LF-16E, which displays the LNG either side of the roundel in honour of squadron leader Mark Long, who was killed whilst flying one of the Flight Spitfires in 2024. This will also be the last time we see the Lancaster flying till at least the 2027 season, as it undergoes a major 18-month maintenance overhaul. In conclusion, the Shuttleworth Race Day Airshow 2025 was a very nice conclusion to the season despite the weather's best efforts. The organisers did a commendable job making the flying display varied and entertaining. My personal favourite displays were the formation of the DH-88 and Spitfire pair, as well as the Global Stars aerobatics team. It was also fantastic to have the season closed out by the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight. If you wish to see more of my photos from this event and others, I've linked my Flickr page in the description below. My next show won't be till the 2026 season kicks off in May, but my next video will be my top 10 airshow moments of 2025. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and I hope you join me in the next one. Bye!